DCP in the house. What's up, fellas? What's good, man? What y'all doing up here, man?
Hey, man, I'm looking at rusty.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think right here, matter of fact, we got some cats right here, man. One Way Barbershop, man. I think they take care of you.
Nah, bro. I'm not.
Nah, come on, man. Hey, they gonna let us do a show and everything today, man. Let's check them out here, man. Let's go, man.
Hey, I'm trying to see what's going down. I'm trying to hear what's going down, man.
All right, let's get it, man. Let's get it.
DCP, we at One Way. Let's get it.
Let's go. Right. Yes, sir. I like this, man. I like this.
It look like a barbershop.
Yes, sir. I like the setup.
Well, hey, man. You ready to get it cracking?
Hey, y'all ready?
You ready?
All right, let's get it. Let's go.
All
right.
One Way north, One Way east. Let's get it. Let's go. It looked the part. It sound good. Gotcha, man. I'm ready for it. Y'all ready? Yeah. Gotcha.
Hey, he real enthusiastic. Like you know what he's doing.
Good. Let's get it.
DCP, the corner pockets. You already know we have, man. We have One Way east, One Way north.
DCP, man. Welcome to the corner pocket, man. Thank y'all. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you know that we are on. We up in here chilling at One Way Barbershop, man.
Sure.
They got a really cool event coming up as well. We need y'all to support us August 13th. Back to school bash. The information will be in the video. Please support, man. Donate. These brothers are really cool brothers. What up, Nice? What up, Truth? How y'all feeling?
What up?
Hey, yo, before we get the cutting, man, I ain't even stunting. We got One Way north, man, dog. What's happening? Yo, real talk. We getting really, really nice. We getting smooth like out London chalk. Nah, see how we do? One Way north and east. We like, ooh, hey, here's the beast. We come through, dog, to increase the peace. Hey, and we confident. Chill, dog, don't get us bent. Hey, and we got the money for the rent. We got more than that, man. You gonna tell you what it is, hey. DCP, One Way north and One Way east. Hey.
Somebody signing.
Man, I was chilling. Hey, I like that, Nice, bro.
Let's go.
I was chilling in the man cave. This man woke me up. We at One Way.
Okay.
I'm about to get cut. I don't trust him, but if he do bad, I'm gonna bust him. No, I'm just playing around now. This is Key. I'm signing out, man. Support One Way. It's all about. You know,
Let's go. Hey, we want to thank y'all for allowing us to do a show here, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Definitely.
Also, man, we appreciate One Way has been a sponsor.
Sir.
Let's go, man. We got it. Man, the shirts that they wear, they provided us with shirts, man. We'll get some information about that as well, man. Definitely support our own, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Man, nice, bro. It's good to be in the shop, bro.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've just been sitting here. I was like, you know, bring my son MJ here, man, to get his hair cut by Ricardo.
Oh, you bring your son here all the time?
Yeah, all the time, man.
Okay.
And I got some few people that come here also, man, and I'm like, man, I keep seeing them doing good, positive things, so one day I hit up Ricardo on his, you know, so I got slid in his DM on the positive stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we need to
slid in the DM?
Yeah, like,
whoa, wait a minute. It's not that type of, oh my God.
people's DMs.
Bro, like, you see how you said that, Drew?
Hey, you hit him up on Messenger. Just put it that way.
Yeah, jeez, man. And just told him like, yo, what's good, man? Like, y'all trying to get on the show or what? And like, hey, let's get it established. Let's get it cracking, and you see where we at, man. So, hey, it's what it is, man.
Man, I'm really liking the vibe, man. It's I didn't even know this shop existed, bro, before you told me. Because I was going way out east, and no shade to the people I was going to out east, but like to have something close to home, man, that's reliable, man. Like I'm really looking forward to like coming here and getting cut up and lined up. So I really appreciate you for making that connection.
Yeah, man. But you know, as they cutting us up, man, you know, just want to say a little intro about them, man. I actually know Ricardo, who's cutting me up right now from high school. When I first brought my son in, well, you know, my son in here, and what's up, Dave Holmes? And I was looking lost, like, what? You know, and I went home and thought about, like, man, that's what Ricardo mean, and grown up. So, you know what I mean? And every time I would come, I would, you know, holler at Diamond and stuff, man, and up from there, man. And from that point, I'm like, you know, these some good guys right here. And then I found out the stuff they were doing in the communities, which they will, you know, tell their self what they do, so you can know what's up with them. I'm like, you know, man, I like that, man. We come up with DCP, and like all we doing is being a resourceful podcast called. It's not a podcast. It's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? This is what the life we live in, positivity, and we spread it. So, hey man, I'm gonna be done talking, and no further ado, you got One Wave North and One Wave East, Ricardo and Diamond.
Sir. Now, you said they got 2 locations now. Where's like, so this location is, what is it, 6054 Huntley Road. 43229. And what's the location out east?
1203 South James Road, 43227.
Please.
We're actually on a location that's been a barbershop for 40 years. It's under different names, and we purchased it in April.
Okay, sweet.
Come on now, supporting, man. So, quick question now. How did you know, or when did you guys know that you guys wanted to be barbers?
Man, you know what, for me, like, it was something that I literally just tried. You know, at the time, you know, I'm gonna take y'all back a little bit, you know. I got into some trouble when I was like 20 years old, ended up getting incarcerated doing 7 years, and you know, I was just sitting in there like, man, I gotta go home with something. I gotta do something with this time, something positive. You know, that I can go home to and be productive at. You know, never cut before in my life. You know, I'm like, well, I'm about to give it a try and see how it work out. So I started barber school with 0 experience and just ended up falling in love with the craft, man. And, you know, I just stuck with it, you know. So,
Did you do that while you were incarcerated?
I
or
did
once
it
you
while I
got
was in incarceration.
Sweet,
Yes, sir.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And to add to that, we already knew each other, but we also connected again in barber school, in prison. Because now my backstory is I did 27 years in prison. From 17 to 44. I wasn't even supposed to be allowed in barber school because of my time that I had left. And then they said they didn't want drug traffickers in there, and I had a past drug trafficking case when I was a juvenile. So I ended up being a juvenile bound though. But I signed up because one of my dudes signed up, and then they sent me what we call a pass there, and told me to come in like for the interview process. I thought they would just call me in and tell me no, and they let me in. I was 35 years old at the time. I had never cut a head in my life.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And started barber school, ended up loving it. And now I couldn't see myself doing anything else, but I never cut a head before I got in there. And before I left at 2 different prisons, I was cutting from the warden on down as a staff barber.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm pretty sure you wasn't really getting nothing for cutting hair in prison.
Well, it's perks, but you know, for the staff. Well, on the prison level, you know, inmate level, we get a couple goodies. You know what I mean? That's the trade value. That's the money.
Right.
But the staff pay you like tickets, like $1.50 for a haircut and all that type of stuff.
Okay.
They give you as many of them as they want. Yeah. So that was my first, but it was the craft for me. I liked it. I liked doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ended up doing it, and I mean, taking that chance with it, ended up liking it. And one of the things in barber school, just for me and Carter, was they used to tease us because I was fascinated by it. He was too. I used to read the books and everything. You know, so it's a lot of shortcutting in there and cheat sheets and all that.
Yeah.
But they used to joke about us like, Cardo and Diamond, the only ones don't be cheating. But I think about that now, like, and look, and now that we home, we both own shops too.
Sweet.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
sweet.
You know, we took it serious.
Right.
And
see,
another lesson that taught me too, man, it taught me a very important life lesson that, you know, sometimes you just gotta go out on a limb and try something.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, we never know what type of, you know, hidden talents and stuff we have inside.
Exactly.
Wow. Put yourself out there, you know. So,
Exactly.
you know, I went out on faith, man. You know, and ended up working out.
And it's good you say that because a lot of people get out of jail and, you know, they don't know what to do. It's like, you know, try it. You know, so you never know. And that's always been my motto. You know, you never know unless you try.
Right.
You know, if you try it, it works great. If it don't, great. At least you tried it. So, guys, listen to you guys have a great story, you know, and you can do anything you want. You know, I mean, even if you've been locked down, you know what I'm saying? They can stop you from getting jobs, but they can't stop you from owning like your own business like these brothers here.
Right.
So, yeah, definitely, cool.
I like what he said, man, about like, you know, sometimes people always attach faith to religion. You know what I mean? And like sometimes like we all have faith in different areas of our lives. Like you have faith that when you hit them brakes in your car, the car don't stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have faith, you go to work tomorrow, you're gonna clock in, you got a job. So like they took the initiative and he believed in himself to step out on a limb to go after something he believed in. You know what I mean?
Right.
How long is a barber school? Like what is the process? Like how do you even get into barber school? What's that?
Out here or in there?
Yeah, both. How did they both coexist?
Well, in there it's got to be 8. We got 1,800 hours out here or in there, but in there the process is a little bit delayed for the fact that you still got to do the prison agenda, itinerary, regimen. Yeah. So you might have a fall count, you might have this and that. So it took us 2 years altogether.
Okay.
You know, from start to license. But out here, my niece who works with me and just graduated barber school, she accomplished hers in 1 year.
Sweet.
You know, so it's just, again, we was on their time and there. Out here, you can be on your own time.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
as long as you're getting the hours in. You know what I'm saying? So it varies. But if you got it. But it's 1,800 hours.
1,800 total hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now is that like cut time and school time all together? Or is that...
Yeah. So they cut it in half. Like half of the day we on the floor cutting, the other half we in the classroom studying good work and stuff. So yeah. You know, barber school, man, it's a lot challenging than what people think. You know, they think you're just gonna go in there and cut hair for 1,800 hours, but you know, it's a lot of footwork, man. When you go to the state board to get your license, you have to take a written exam. And you know, we also have to memorize our rules and regulations.
Right.
I believe it's about probably like 14 of those. I can't remember it right offhand, but if you go in there and you forget the rules and regs, like you automatically fail the test. Yeah, it's something that you really got to memorize, and you know, so it takes a lot of practice, a lot of study. You know what I'm saying? So,
And people think it's just about haircutting.
Right.
And it's about, we got to learn about anatomy and everything. For example, I didn't know any of this, but I haven't forgot this. Do you know what this bone back here is called?
Part of the back of the head?
No.
Right. It's called the occipital. We didn't know that.
Wow.
Do you know what this is called?
No.
The chin?
The mandible. You know,
Mandible.
we didn't know none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Occipital mandible.
Occipital, mandible, and you really have to be engaged. You have to know your stuff.
yeah,
You know?
you got to learn the anatomy and physiology,
Right.
body, bone structures, different facial structures,
Right.
head shapes,
Different way
all
to,
that.
how to cut against the grain and all that good stuff too.
So
Yeah.
let me ask y'all this question. So, so after y'all got y'all's, your barber license and stuff, like, what made y'all come together and was like, you know what, man, let's open a shop, me and you, man, let's make it crack, let's get it cracking. Like, what made y'all come together and like think that?
Man, you know what? Like when I came home, I was cutting in the shop for 4 years, Cut City, right, probably like 2 miles down the road.
I'm gonna let him finish, but my decision is easy now, and I'm gonna add to what he great said.
You know what? Like before I got out, I always envisioned opening up a shop, and man, I just went in, like fully dedicated myself. Within like 2 years, I was like, financially, I was in a place where I can, go on and do my own thing. You know? So I started buying equipment, putting it in my garage. This is before I even found the location.
Okay.
I just knew exactly what I wanted to do.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, man, I'm just be determined no matter what. Like I'm doing it. You know, that was gonna stop me. You know, so you know, I was riding past one day and I seen this building. And this was after I was looking for a location for like a year. I couldn't find nothing. You know, so I decided to, you know, to call the number on the window or whatnot. But just to, you know, speed it up a little bit, I opened up August 18, 2018. And, you know, Diamond came like 4 months after that. And I'm going to let him take it from there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, so what happened was, it was a bunch, you know, and he know me from, you know, prison and barber school and everything and all that, but I'm a pretty popular guy, but it's for all the wrong reasons for before, you know, the street stuff, the prison stuff and all that. So when everybody found out I was getting released and coming home, it was like 5 shops that wanted me.
Oh, really?
But one of my real close dudes was like, and all the other ones, no shade on them, was just, it wasn't gonna be no fit, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to be in there and be around me for the wrong reason. Thought I was gonna be the same type of dude, you know what I'm saying? So my dude was like, Cardo got his own shop. Now, I said, oh man, tell Cardo I need a chair. And he said, tell him to come on out here, because we already know this integrity and character ride. This is gonna be the fit anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm going to mess with my guy. Now I even got out entertained and went to the other shops and looked at them just to let them know I appreciate the fact that they wanted me. But I already knew in my mind I was coming here. You know what I mean? Cardo will tell you, the day I came here, I didn't have to look around him just because my guy was here. I'm like, I'm here, bro. He's like, I got a chair. Whenever you're ready, let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when that happened, and then everything was going, I used to sit days and days right there without doing nothing because nobody knew I could cut hair. The car was like, bro, you got to get these cars, go to Speedway, go to these apartment complexes, put it on the what's the names and all that type of stuff. Put your car on these cars, go to these leasing offices. So I started doing that, and the numbers started getting bigger. The numbers started getting bigger. You know what I'm saying? Usually when I come in and do a couple heads and be sitting down, Carter working all day, and it got to the point like he's like, don't get used to that because it's not going to keep happening like that. Before you know it, we in here back to back. And I'm like, and I told Carter a long time ago, like I'd always wanted my own shop, but I'm like, well, since I'm here and it's working out this way, you know, we might as well get this brain together. And I'm gonna stay here. You know, he's like, all right, that's what's up. And a couple months later, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna stay here. I didn't put in these words, but I said, I'm not gonna stay here, but how about we extend this and grow it, you know what I'm saying? And you let me use your name and your legacy, because this is his name, his legacy. This is how he's feeding his family, you know what I'm saying? This can't be trusted to everybody. This man told me, bro, I done turned some of my family members down that want to go in business with me. But you, let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, man. That's what I'm saying, like 10 tones down, like dogs for life, man. And you know what I'm saying, like it's this type of like, with DCP, like, you know what I'm saying, like we dogs for life, man. Like this the brotherhood and the unity is like what I really like, man. And it's one thing that I also like too.
What's that, bro?
And like, you know what I'm saying, if I being dogs for life, it is just gonna go hard, man. Like but also it's gonna go hard for
People's Image! He asked me, all it was in the People's Image! Hey, DCP, one way, Park and East Loves, Kimball's Image!
I was waiting on that, man. I didn't know when you was coming with it. It always surprised me every time, bro.
the timing was perfect.
Man, you know what? It's interesting you guys said you guys came together. Now, I met one of your barbers earlier. How do you know who's the perfect fit to fit with that chemistry that you have already, or that foundation that you, or the culture you've already created in your shop? So like if a new barber wants to get a chair, how do you know if they're the right fit or not?
Man, sometimes you just gotta go out on a limb and give somebody an opportunity. You know, that's the most valuable thing you can ever give somebody's opportunity. But, you know, at the same time, you know, presentation is everything. How you present yourself when you come in looking for the opportunity, you know. How you carry yourself on your social media. We all about character in here, you know. We try our best every day to come in and, you know, push a positive culture forward, man. And we only want positive people around us that's serious about their craft, their families, and their community, you know what I mean? So, you know, those are certain things that I know I look for sure.
And Carl younger than me, but he's been mentoring me in this, and he's been home longer than I have, but he just got a wave body, man, that I give you an example. And still to this day, I'm not even capping because we sit here talking, yo, he done let a couple barbers go, and I still don't know why, because it's not about, embarrass them, humiliate them or something like that, he'll just come in like, yeah, such and such, they won't be here no more. Or he'll send a text like such and such, and then they won't be at the barbershop no more.
Right.
Because it's something that he's seen.
Right.
He don't, I still don't know why he don't let him go, but it's not my business.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
But with that being said, I learned something from as far as, again, integrity, character, because at One Way East, all I got in there now is my niece, and she's a perfect fit. But I got another chair open, and I done turned like 10 barbers down, or like 8 or 9 or 10 barbers down, because they just wouldn't have been the right fit
Right.
for what we're trying to do for this
Exactly.
branding. Because the barbershop is only going to be as good as its worst barbers.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's something that if something goes on in my shop, it also going to affect this one up north.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And everybody's livelihood in all these chairs.
Exactly.
So we have to be mindful of that.
Right.
You know, so
And word of mouth travels, so people
Word of
start
mouth
talking,
travel,
you know what I
yeah.
mean, start killing your business.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now, I have a question as far I know you're talking about, building up your clientele and stuff like that. So once you build it up, how do you maintain and keep those customers? What is it that you guys have done to make sure people keep coming back?
Right.
one thing I can point to that I got like 300 some reviews, and Carter got way more than that on Booksy, our booking app, and 90% of mine says, and I've been having my niece asking people that I've been cutting their hair for a while since I've been home to ask them this question: how many times has Diamond been late? And every one of them said, never. You know what? And I got reviews that say this is the most punctual barber ever, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
You know, I learned that from Carter too. I'm not. He'll tell you in a minute, my Diamond's gonna be early to everything. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me, discipline wise. But it's also paying off in this. So we got this standard that we try to do at One Wave is what you complain about at other barbershops, we're trying to eliminate that with us. So
Exactly.
when you got an appointment, you go straight to the chair. You know what I'm saying? The atmosphere, the environment, the ambiance, everything is going to be set up to where it's compatible for women, children to be in here, not feel intimidated and stuff like that. And we get all these reviews that say that. And that's what gets people in these chairs, you know what I'm saying? And it's because of who we are, not just what we're doing.
Right.
Because that's important that you treat people the way you want. I wouldn't want, Carter got, we girl dads, you know what I'm saying? He got 3 girls, I got 4 girls. I wouldn't want them to go somewhere with, sitting in the barbershop with their boyfriend or dad or somebody, and they got to cringe every time they hear somebody talk or they hear the music or something. No, that shouldn't be the atmosphere. So we create something different. So the thing was, what you complain about other barbershops, we're going to eliminate it, and that's what's getting people in them chairs.
It's all about professionalism, man. You know? And just to piggyback off what Diamond was saying, like, it's about who we are too.
Right.
We are who we attract. You know what I mean? So that's another thing that I look for in barbers. Like, once I get them in here, if I don't see it at the beginning, like, what is your clientele like? What type of energy is they bringing to the shop? Because, one of your customers can cause me to lose a customer.
Exactly.
Their behavior. You know what I mean? So it's just all about, professionalism, being positive and creating great culture.
Right. And I like that because, I've been to a lot of barbershops and there's certain atmospheres, I didn't want to be around, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just sitting around talking about women and this and that all the time. It's like, I got tired of that. I wanted to look for something more professional. You know what I mean? So that's good.
Yeah, I like, the culture represents like you as a person. When they come in here and we feel that peace or that security, like it lets me know like the barber is like that, the owner is like that. You know what I mean? So in barber schools, it's just for barbers or like cosmetology people doing nails. Like what's all comes into the barber school? Are y'all there with like hairstylists and stuff like that?
Oh no, we went to barber school in prison, so it's all men. But and I've never been to he would probably answer that better than me. I've never been to the one actually on Broad. Is it all together?
No, it's separate. Barbers, their schooling is separate, and cosmetologists, estheticians is separate, but we all is under the same state board.
Okay.
So, and they have people that come around and inspect certain areas, you know what I mean? And they're certified to inspect barbershops, hair salons, nail salons, and so forth. It takes $1,800, like Diamond said, for us to complete barber school. Cosmetology school is $1,500. And I can't recall how many hours it takes to complete like esthetician school. So.
Oh, but you know what? It do make sense. Speaking of that, what I do know is even if we had if Carter was to hire a cosmetologist here or I would, we'd have to have separation, separate license, but also separation and thing, because they couldn't be doing their thing at the same time we were because of chemicals and all that. So I
Oh,
do know
okay.
this,
So
it
you
makes
have to
sense.
have to be in another part of
Yeah,
the
that
shop.
would be
Okay,
another
that's why I see
part.
barbershops
Yeah.
like that when they be in the back in different parts. I didn't know that's why. Okay, cool. Now with I noticed that. Years back, I was thinking about going to school for barber college, and at the time it was full-time hours and stuff like that. You know, you'd be going like Monday through Friday. I think maybe some Saturdays too. I'm not for sure. You know, so a lot of people don't know that it's full-time. You know what I mean? So you either have to have money saved up or find your part-time job.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and you have to have a license. And like you say, you have to know a lot because you're cutting people's hair. Like you say, you got a razor right now. I mean, you can cut somebody. You can, you know what I mean? So you have to be careful. You have to know what you're doing. I went to a barbershop years ago, and the guy took some scissors and cut some skin off my son's forehead.
Oh, wow.
And the guy that owned the shop, I respected him. You know, I went and told him. I was really like ticked off, and the guy still wanted to like charge me for that. I wanted to put hands on him, and then I seen him years later. He's handed me a card at some other shop. He said, I'm like, you don't even know who I am, do you, bro? You cut skin off my son's head. He looked at me crazy. I could have done anything to him, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, I guess that's one reason why they require you to have license, because you have to know what you're doing. You're dealing with things that can harm somebody. You know what I mean? Blades and stuff like that.
Right. How do you guys know? I've seen different barbers with different type of clippers, liners. How do you know what brand or like what's your go-to? Like, how do y'all pick that?
They got a lot of pretty clippers, as me and Carter call them, but they don't. You see on YouTube and Instagram, but they don't work. I'm gonna tell you,
Pretty clippers.
these is hitting so hard right now, because he's a professional at I'm about to bring mine up like this. But you can have the ugliest looking clippers, but they hit the best. You just gotta find. It's like anything that your perfect fit. Now, the good ones they got, we don't want to do no commercial for them. These gold ones they got out of, it's the official one. They right out the box, you can use them.
Right.
But you have to find your perfect fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you got to play with them and get them to, don't want them too sharp where they're cutting people. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll see that barbers pressing too hard. Or they done pushed
scabs on your head later.
Or they done mess with them and trying to get them sharp and cutting people.
So how do you do? I know some clippers have they're adjustable. So how do you get them to, other than adjusting them from the clippers to the right?
You can just unscrew the blade and just you have a moving blade and you have a steel blade on each clipper. And the steel blade is protecting the moving blade is protecting.
Okay.
So the closer you get, both of them, the closer the line is, the cleaner the cut it is. So you just have to take it apart and
play with it.
Okay.
Cool.
Me and Carter done did all my clips. I need to come on back up here because he's hitting.
Right, I heard it from one feel like right.
But not the way that I figure out what clippers to buy is I let everybody else buy the new clippers and I'll go try theirs.
Yeah.
But they ain't here or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, these nice, man. I'll go ahead and purchase.
We had one way, they're getting this right. You know what I'm saying? These guys are starting to look like stars. You know what I'm saying? Cuts on point and everything. So we definitely appreciate y'all for having us.
So another question I wanted to ask, man. So, what do y'all do like when y'all have like that? There's always that one barbershop. There's always that one drunk dude coming here starting a mess, man. Like you can't bypass it, man. It's always all the time, man. There's always that one dude, Fred, that work on cars, man. He be coming here drunk and stuff. So. Like, what do y'all do, like, in a scenario, like, if there was some kids and a lady in here, and he comes in here, and he's just, blah, 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 blah. Like, what y'all do to maintain the situation, man, so people would feel comfortable during that situation?
And we just got to respectfully exit him out. It's just all about comfort at the end of the day. We actually had a homeless guy named Fred, man.
Oh, shit.
He used to sleep in front of the shop, like in the middle of the winter. Like we'll pull up, it's snow piled up to here. It's freezing cold outside, and he's asleep. And one day I just welcomed him in, like just from the kindness of my heart. I'm like, he's cold. We don't have anybody out here, so I brought him in, and just to warm up. but he also had like a mental disability. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he used to just, I think he had Tourette's or something. So we just used to have like outbursts and stuff like that. And, you know, I felt so bad for him, but it did come to a point to where people was getting uncomfortable in the shop.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I offered to help him one day. Like, you know, I went online and Googled certain homeless shelters and stuff around the area, and I offered to take him to the homeless shelter, and he declined it. I guess he was so used to the elements outside, you know, he didn't want to be anywhere, you know.
Yeah.
So once I seen that, I'm like, what can I really do to help this guy?
Right.
This is the best help that I could have offered, you know. So I had to ask him, like, you know, respectfully, I appreciate it if, you know, you just not come back in the shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see you out there, you need some food or anything, like, I help you with that, but, you know, it's really starting to affect the business.
Right,
And
right.
this was after almost a couple months though. You know what I mean?
Right.
We gave him brand new shoes. I mean, brand new coats and boots and clothes and all that type of stuff. We tried our best. You know?
Some people just can't help, you know.
Right.
At that time, it's like, gotta get in contact with Medicare and let them take care of it from that point.
But we also had a dude come in here and drunk dude. He wasn't even getting his hair cut. He was in here with his brother. And his brother, you know, I'm cutting his brother's hair, and dude is acting wild. He's walking up on me almost behind the chair and stuff. I'm like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Now bear in mind, again, we just told y'all our past. So, right, you know what I mean?
My man Swole right here.
Right. So it got to a point where we had to, you know, respectfully ask him to, you know, you got to go, man. And you know, and usually people don't get out. We haven't had it happen yet, luckily and blessedly. Nobody's got irate and try to, you know, do nothing crazy. We had one dude in here. Carl, you know, had to ask him to leave. He was in there tweaking. You know what I'm saying?
He was standing at the door like he was
wow.
Never seen him before. Real life.
Wow.
Cut it. I was looking up and just seeing him like entering the matrix. So everybody looking like, wow.
Right.
Hey,
So I'm like, man, can you go? Like, you need a haircut? No.
That's
Like,
funny, man.
need the restroom? No. Like, I'm like, okay, brother, you gotta go. You got some business. No.
He was just going transforming on us.
That's funny. Hey, man, we're just doing some barbershop talk, man. But this is part one. We're going to come back with part two. We're going to find out what's going on with this back to school toy bash that's popping, man, real soon, man. We're going to find out what else they got going on in the mix, man. You know, I'm just saying, man, hey, I don't even know right now, man. We getting cut, we getting fresh, man. I'm looking like Keys, man, looking real beautiful over there.
Hold on, man. No, pause, bro. Pause, bro.
You look like trash, man. You look beautiful.
Hold on, man. You said slide it into the DM.
I'm in a good mood, man. Yeah, you look real beautiful over there, man. Like, we walked in, look like morning breath. We walked in, you know, real nice, man. So I'm just looking handsome. That's all I'm saying. Cheers, man.
Man, once again, man, we shout out One Way, man. They're back to school bash, August 13th, man. We're gonna have that information in the slide. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Follow us on Instagram at the_corner_pocket. Man, anything else you need to add, bro, before we go into part two? You gotta get your little.
Yeah, we want to get part two popping, back to school bash and everything else. And I know where he was getting at, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say first. But let me tell you something, man. Look, all right, y'all see y'all part two, all right? DCP, corner pocket, don't mean the 8 ball.